Ex-prisoners of Reddit, what are some of the best tips to survive the first week in prison? A coworker was in jail for about a year after getting caught selling pot. He said the crucial test was when someone messed with his food. He had his tray of chow, and some young guy smacked it out of his hands. He immediately started wailing on the guy. Claims that this show of force saved his virginity. Spend your time in county working out. A lot of people hit prison and didn't work out at all in county. The big guys can be pretty rough and they'll test you usually in a joking way, and you don't want to bitch out. Don't cause problems and work out so you look like you can handle yourself and you should be fine. People will generally try to find easy targets. Don't be one of them. Always fight back. Even if you know you'll get your ass beat. No matter what, fight back. They'll see you're not an easy target compared to someone who doesn't defend themselves, or else they'll continue to harass you. If you're taking a poop, take one leg out of your pants/shorts. You are vulnerable on the toilet. Best to not get tripped up if you have to react to a spontaneous assault. Get bigger before going in, don't give anyone your food, sneeze inside your shirt. Hygiene is a pretty big thing. No one inside is your friend. Be respectful but never let somebody take advantage of you. You will get tested as soon as you come in. Prisoners can spot somebody who has never done time from a mile away. You need to stand up for yourself right away. Don't gamble. Never borrow anything you can't pay back. You will probably need to stick with your race. Stay off the guard's radar. Blending in is your best bet. Never talk to a guard alone, especially if something has happened that they are looking for information on, even if you have no intention of snitching. Don't befriend sex offenders. My buddy did some hard time in maximum, was amongst killers. He said most of the guys that were in there unalived their wives, like 80% of them. Those dudes were struggling every day against the gang members. Then said he got stabbed with a toothbrush for not playing with people of his race. It happened in front of 2 guards while they were transferring him out of the prison. Had some other stories to share as well, but the point was that the guards are not there to protect you, and if you're gonna be played with, that's how it's gonna be. Once you get to your barracks, stick to yourself and just watch and see how everyone else interacts with others. Get a sense for who's on some bullshit and who's doing their time right. Don't accept anything free from anyone, it's never actually free. Like others have said, don't just give away your stuff either, just bring stress and trouble. Respect and how you carry yourself are key. As for fighting, it's gonna happen, and usually it's to test you. If you stand up for yourself, it doesn't really matter if you win or lose, just so long as you'll fight. I wouldn't recommend using drugs, you never know what you're truly getting, and drugs just brings trouble. If you're not in a gang, avoid joining up if possible. First week. Be on high alert. Don't turn your back to anyone. Assume everyone is your enemy while pretending to be a friend. Don't make calls to the outside. Don't order canteen. Don't let anyone know who you really are. Don't play any games. Just shower, work out, eat, read, and stay in your cell. 1. Don't be a bitch that gets taken advantage of. 2. Mind your own business. 3. Don't be afraid to get into a fight. 4. Don't let anyone borrow, lend, or give away anything to anyone. You'll be seen as weak and be seen as a target. 5. Respect is everything in jail, maintain your image or you'll have an awful time. Oh, and one other thing, put on your race hat, you now belong to your colored group. Whites, blacks, Chicanos. Tell all the other prisoners, hey guys, let's just be nice to each other and maybe prison won't be so bad. They'll all put on a "why didn't I think of that before" kind of face before one guy starts a slow clap that turns into an erupting applause from everyone. High fives all around. Guards are all in tears. Warden comes up to you and kisses you on the forehead. This may only apply to UK prison. But never, ever borrow anything. Ever. So when you first get on the wing, everyone's gonna be in your business. They're all gonna be asking either to lend your stuff, don't, offering to lend you stuff, really don't, or to ask why you've been sent down. If you accept anything off anyone, they will want it back double bubble style, as in, I gave you a vape cartridge, you owe me too. That's standard everywhere. And don't lie about why you've been sent down, because they will find out by either talking with a groom screw or calling someone on the outside, or they could just pull it up on the iPhone they shouldn't have inside. Debt will follow you wing to wing, so you can't just run a debt up on one wing and move to another. Someone on that wing will just buy the debt off the other guy. Don't get friendly with the screws. Always stick up for yourself and fight back, even if you're not a fighter. You will be respected if you show you won't be walked over, even if you ended up getting robbed and losing your stuff, as long as you fought back and did something. Stay away from the drugs. It's easier to get than outside prison, and people will be actively trying to get you on whatever. Also, 75% of Contra inside prison is bought in by guards. Mind your own business. Sounds easy and can be. Stick to it. Be carefully who you trust. There are some good lads in prison, and if you make a good pal or two, it can make a world of difference. Keep your head down, nose clean, and learn how to be a better criminal. The whole finding the biggest dude and picking a fight is BS and stupid. Don't. Trust me, a fight will find you. Even if you get your ass beat, don't back down. Keep fighting back. Usually after the first time nobody will mess with you after that unless you give them reason to. Also, if you see something on your bunk like a cupcake or treat, yell whoever's stuff this is to come and get it. It's a trap. If you eat it or use it, you'll be in debt to a prisoner, and that's not fun. As a CO, not an inmate, don't play stupid games. Just come in and do your time. My state has an inmate who would have been released next year. The only problem is he keeps doing so much stupid stuff he's catching street charges, which has added 10 years I think so far. And it's all assault on staff or other inmates. It depends on where. State or federal? Which state/region? What security level? It all makes a difference. Federal is safer than state. And states vary. Some prisons in the south are uber horrid, like Angola or some places in Alabama. Security level matters as well. Federal minimum security carries almost zero risks, and the chances of being challenged to a fight or having to prove yourself are very low. The higher the security, generally the tougher the people. 1. Give away as many things for free as possible. Inmates respect generosity. 2. Snitching on someone is a good way of showing them who's boss. It lets them know you're not afraid of telling. 3. Buy a lot of items from the canteen. Show it around to everyone. If they think you're rich, they'll respect you. 4. Most prisoners are all talk. If someone is giving you a problem, don't be afraid to threaten them. Chances are nothing will happen. Source: I have never been to prison. Don't play with the COs, the guards will make your life hell more than inmates. This thread is freaking depressing. American criminal industrial system is freaking insane. Meanwhile, the Scandinavian prisons, the biggest rules are stuff like wash the dishes if you used it last, and always remember to say good morning to your friends. I was in solitary. How to survive that? I'd recommend you ask for a book right away. I turned down the book, big mistake. There were no windows, and a bright light on the ceiling that never turned off. I couldn't sleep, I didn't know what time it was. I went freaking nuts. I became convinced I was a messenger of God, and began to deliver sermons. The guards started playing with me. They wouldn't tell me how long I'd been there or how much longer I'd be. They tried to get me to play with a fake phone in the corner of the cell, claiming it works, dial anyone. They even told me my wife was there and was about to see me. She wasn't even in the county. When I'd had enough, convinced I was in hell, I asked if I could have a book. They said no. I screamed and cried and hallucinated until I was released. So if you're in solitary, ask for that book early. Victory hand. 3-time ex-convict here. Don't get friendly or speak with the COs unless absolutely necessary, so basically only if they require a response, what size do you wear? Or such. Don't run your mouth to other inmates, no bragging or exaggerating or lying, because you will be found out. Do not ask anyone what they are in for. And for haven's sake, do not borrow anything. Do not ask for anything. If you are broke, stay that way. You will be given toothpaste and soap and a couple stamped envelopes every month, and you will have an opportunity to work. Be patient and earn what you need. Just in case you weren't listening, I will say it one more time, do not borrow anything from anyone. And last but not least, don't back down. Don't allow anyone to humiliate you or put you on your knees. Don't let anyone take your things. Fight back, even if you get your ass kicked, and keep defending yourself until they decide you are too much trouble to bother with. Don't make the mistake of thinking that if you don't fight you won't get in trouble, because it isn't true. It doesn't matter who starts a fight, or who gets hurt. They don't care whether or not you threw a punch. Every fight in prison is a mutual combat and everyone involved goes to the hole, so you just as well give it all you have and get some punches in. First you stay with your race. Then you find your area. Here in California, you find your county or area code. Each area has a shot caller. These are your people, and you may even find someone you know. So basically find out who your shot caller is, get on his good side, and hang with that group. Good luck.